Hello, shining viewers, and welcome to Vegetarianism, the Noble Way of Living. Ever heard of the expression, it's raining cats and dogs? Well, it won't be where we are going today, sunny, smiley California. Nevertheless, and much to our excitement, there will be 65 kitties and 55 tail waggers there.
Hi, I'm Sky Valencia, and I'm the founder of the St. Martin's Animal Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization that educates people about the green movement, about spay-neutering their animals and how it's connected to all the pollution that we're having by overbreeding. We are really against dog fighting, and we are unique also because we are the first vegetarian dog rescue, I believe, here in California or maybe in the United States.
Created in 1998 by the beautiful Sky Valencia and her loving mother Mimi, St. Martin's Animal Foundation is dedicated to ending the cruelty and suffering of animals. Located in the northwestern area of Los Angeles County, it is a place where sick and unwanted animal companions can be brought back to health and happiness before being adopted into cozy forever homes. And for those residents with special needs, the sanctuary provides a safe haven where they can spend the rest of their natural lives in serenity and security. What makes this rescue truly exceptional, however, is its very noble vegan and green ideal.
There's a lot of rescues out there, and they are all doing something good, but there's a lot of pollution also with rescue work, and we wanted to do something different, innovative, where we could educate people about who also rescue, and maybe they could follow in our footsteps to go more green, to have their dogs vegetarian, so you don't have to slaughter more animals to keep your animals healthy and happy, and our dogs do great on a vegetarian diet. We have dogs that are very thick and healthy and full of energy, and they don't touch meat, and I think that's the way that it needs to go, because especially the animal shelters that have animals that are going to be euthanized anyways, it's an ugly circle that these animals are being slaughtered for animals that are being killed. 6 to 8 million animals are euthanized in the United States every year, and it's really important that we don't contribute to more death. You know, it's sad enough that that's happening. And so we want to educate the kids now that they're young, so then when they own their animals, they don't do that. And then we also teach them to eat healthy at the same time. It's a double whammy.
So how does one assist an omnivorous canine in developing a palate for compassionate veggie fare?
Our dogs are completely vegetarian, and there's no way we're turning back on that. Or vegan, some of them are vegan. The adults are vegan, the puppies have to eat protein, and we don't want to give them animal meat. And they do great, you know. It just, once you give them the flavor and the taste, and we never just give them dry kibble. We make it fun, we make a stew. You know, who wants to eat dry kibble? I don't, and it's not natural for them to eat freeze-dried food. So we make stew with like spinach and zucchini, flaxseed oil, potatoes, anything we can think of that I like to eat that's you know, actually really healthy, they like it. They love carrots, they love celery, they love all that stuff. Whatever we do to make it taste good, and they just gobble it up.
Can you smell that vegan stew? So yummy and nutritious, how delicious. And it turns out that being veggie brings out the best in humans' best friend. By swapping a brittle bone for beneficial broccoli, a snappy snarler can become a sweet softie.
It changes their temperaments. More dogs tend to want to fight if there's meat or anything that smells like meat around. They get aggressive. It's just the way it is. It's like that in nature, you know. So we want to keep the aggression down, and since they do great on a vegan and vegetarian diet, we don't give them meat, and it saves our skin. We have to deal with a dog fight. And the good thing is you can make a big pot. It feeds 50 dogs, you know, and just better than opening those cans one after another, making that extra waste, and you don't have to kill any animals, you know, so it's pretty cool.
That's really cool. Let's visit Dallas, the once very sadly abused and neglected pit bull who went from being a bag of bones to a healthy, handsome hound.
Dallas, a big boy over there, the orange dog, he He didn't like the veggie food at all at first, and so we started, gradually changing him vegetarian. Mm-hmm. He was a dog that used to bark and growl and be pretty aggressive with everybody. And now, even if a dog gets close to him, he doesn't act like he did. He actually likes to get petted and his belly rubbed. He went through court because his owners burned his ears and burned his tail and all that stuff. So his owner went to jail, and then nobody wanted him, so he was going to be euthanized. And that's how he ended up with us. And he never had really good food. It was just like whatever the owner threw out the door. So, so now he's just like a total different dog. He's just a real loving big boy with a big head, and he's gotten thick, and he used to show all his ribs, but now on a vegetarian diet, he's like a thick, gorgeous dog, yeah.
And we saw him with his toy.
Yeah, he's the one who came with his toy, yeah.
Before her days of catering plant-based cuisine to canines, Sky encouraged her mother Mimi to give up meat by helping her put down her bloody knife and fork and pick up a spoonful of green peas. She saved her mother's life from being consumed by colon cancer.
I was diagnosed with colon cancer. I have a tumor in my colon. And I was always a big meat eater. So I took the little minimum of radiation, and then I said no surgery, no nothing else, no chemotherapy, no nothing. And after Sky told me, you have to go vegan. You have to drop the meat eating, no cheating, no nothing. So that is what I did. I did completely vegan and organic. Mm-hmm. Organic food, vegan food. And I've been healing practically immediately. I just eat good, work hard, with the animals. And then the cancer, when I went back to the doctor for checkup, he said, Mimi, it's a miracle. You are healed, you are clean, you have nothing. And these are, after they have a meeting of like 7 doctors, try to do everything on me, limiting my time of life. And it's been 14 years,
wow,
cancer-free.
That's brilliant.
And I feel very good, thank God. And I tell everybody, that is the way to live. And be good to the animals. She saved my life, really, because she pushed me into veganism. And yeah, I'm very proud of her.
By going vegan and helping animals, this lovely lady's luck changed remarkably. She told us about how through God's guiding grace, she has developed a talent for rehabilitating disabled animals. With eternal patience, Mimi's magic fingers can meticulously massage listless limbs back to life.
Well, I was raised Catholic, and I was limiting myself to certain belief. But since I started practicing chanting, meditation, I change. And nature and being alone here for many hours, dedicating your life to save these animals that they have suffered so much already, and I feel that I have changed. God has given me, or life has given me, the second opportunity to really help these animals, and I can develop healing hands. I can heal animals. When they come crippled, when they come with emotional distress, I talk to them. I give them massages. It's amazing for me because I don't deserve that gift, I think, but God needs me to help His creatures. God has using me, or life is using me to help these creatures. I couldn't believe myself when I can see, these animals running, and it takes patience, though. We have a dog that came totally crippled from the neck down. So I started studying what can I give him, what can I feed him, and how can I treat them. So I started giving him massages little by little. He's running now. I can bring him out. You can feel him. He's beautiful.
Yeah, we'd love to.
He is we have to carry him in blankets to do pee-pee. His legs and his arms were dragging, you know. And little by little, he get up, he pee, and he look at me. He pee, and he lift one leg, and he look at me. So I applaud him, bravo, bravo. And here he is. I would like you to meet him.
We applaud you too, Mimi the miracle worker. And here's another victory from her healing hands that deserves celebrating. How does a helpless dog named the Fish become a running champ? Let's meet a puppy who went from being a paraplegic about to be euthanized to being a bundle of joy bounding about the backyard.
This is Champ, and Champ's a ham, and Champ couldn't walk. He was a swimmer puppy, and he was going to be euthanized at the animal shelter because nobody wanted him because he laid on his stomach the whole time.
The doctors, the shelter over there where we took him from, they called him the Fish, and he said he never walked. Well, they were wrong.
Yeah.
He running, and the people that owns them have, they're in love with him. They love him.
He couldn't walk for the first 2 months of his life, and it's because his muscles were too weak, and he was taken from his mother too young. And so spending time with us, running the way he should be, he got much healthier, and now his bones have developed perfectly. He's fine. He's perfect. He's a little nipper.
What do a levitating saint, solar panels, and a grandpa pit bull have in common? The wonderful world of Sky Valencia's animal sanctuary, of course. Find out more next week on Part 2 of St. Martin's Animal Foundation, home to tail-wagging vegans. Greetings, kind viewers, and welcome to Part 2 of St. Martin's Animal Foundation, the haven that serves veggie vittles to its 55 tail-wagging residents who lap them up and bark for more. Oh, and let's not forget the 65 other perfect tenants. For the past 13 years, founder Sky Valencia has rescued hundreds of animals who have been left stranded on the streets, harmed by their human companions, or awaiting their undeserved execution in high-kill shelters. Beyond being an animal refuge, St. Martin's is much, much more. For us humans, it is an educational center that is involved in exciting and uplifting outreach programs to raise awareness for animal welfare and eco-consciousness. To bring the senseless suffering of animals in this chapter of human cruelty to its necessary end, the spirited Sky braves for a new vegan world.
We respect being vegetarian and the whole vegan, movement. We got to try to do something different and innovative, so we decided to make our dogs vegetarian. And that's why we are proud that we're the home of the veggie dog.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, and then we expanded to kitty cats because they needed help too, and now we have a children's outreach program.
Not only are canines crunching on carrots here, Green Goddess Sky is taking steps towards fulfilling the ultimate self-sustainable eco-sanctuary.
And so our whole idea is more green, more compassionate, and so we're going to start an eco-sanctuary. We're right now putting funding together to get a new sanctuary where we can have our own organic garden. Our volunteers and animals can live and be self-sustainable, and I think that's the wave of the future. It's vegan passion. If we don't stand by our vegan passion and really try to stick to our guns about our dogs being vegetarian, us being self-sustainable, having solar panelings, driving cars that are low on gas or electric, then we're not any better than anybody else. We want to make a difference. We want to be the first, the pioneers to make this happen and have other people follow us because it's a simple path. It's not a hard path. Being vegan, that makes this planet a better place to live. It makes the animals that are suffering finally get a little bit of relief, and it's contagious. So the more that you do it and the healthier and fun you make it be, hey, it's fun and it's not a burden to look for non-leather shoes. It's an adventure, and when you find them, you're like, yay, look at these cowboy boots that are not leather. Things are going to change. We just got to keep pushing forward. The wonderful thing about St. Martin's also is that if anything ever happens where you can't get to food or you can't get to the market or you know, who knows what the economy, what happens with the economy again, we'll always have food. We'll always be able to provide. And the last garden we had such an abundance of fruit and vegetables, we couldn't even give it away to our neighbors anymore. They were like, enough with the cucumbers, enough with the squash. Take another tomato. I wish we had that garden again, because now with 100 homeless animals that we care for and so many volunteers, we could definitely use it. So that's the goal right now, is to get that going.
You may have been wondering, who is the holy saint this foundation was named after? Well, cherished friends, amazingly, this 16th century Dominican monk from Peru, St. Martin de Porres, could levitate, bilocate, cure others, and more. How is this possible? God bestowed this virtuous vegetarian with such miraculous gifts in return for his all-embracing love, shared with both humans and animals alike.
He's a man who did and accomplished a lot of wonderful things, not only for the animals, but for children and for people that were really poor. His mother was a slave, and he had no money at all. And he raised all this money to open up an orphanage, open up an animal rescue, and a hospital for low-income people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he just was really dedicated and spent his whole life doing that. And he was Latino, and that helped us because we were doing a lot of outreach in the Latin community to do help spay and neutering, to stop dog fighting, that kind of stuff. And what happened was we ended up opening a lot of doors that would have been closed for us, finding out where the dog fighting was going on, where the overbreeding and the abuse was taking place. So it worked out really good.
Sky is taking a peaceful and powerful stand to eliminate dogfighting from neighborhoods. Pit bulls in particular have a bad reputation and are looked upon as being mean, but in truth they are only misunderstood. These loyal companions would die for their owners and live to protect the ones they love. Frequently kept chained or pinned, they are taunted and trained to fight to the very end. Though often kept beaten and starved, they serve their human companions with unconditional love. Here, however, under Sky's compassionate care, this breed's sweet, innate nature is given a chance to shine forth.
And you can see we have a lot of pit mixes and a lot of pits. They're, I guess 80% of the animals at the shelter are pretty much pit bulls. So if we could cut down on the breeding of the pit bulls, we could probably be a no-kill city.
Pit bulls have such a bad reputation, and a lot of the youth is fighting dogs and thinking it's cool to breed pit bulls for money.
I was very persistent about getting a task force team for LA to bust dogfighting. And dogfighting is so brutal and such an ugly, ugly part of humanity that I don't understand how anybody could be involved in that. And the thing is that it's going on all the time, even though we have strict laws, and puppies being born specifically to raise as fighting dogs. Most of our posters, if you see it, we have these models and they're dressed up looking tough, but it says, "Real men don't fight dogs." Or it has a cute guy just to get the attention of the women, and it shows him being kind and said, "If you do a good deed, don't breed your pit bull. There's too many, you know, they're born to die, basically." And there were so many that I wanted to take out that I knew wouldn't be there next week, you know, and that's hard. That's hard because when I make the eye connection, that's it. I see their soul and I want them, and I don't want them to experience that ugly ending that they don't deserve after already being abused and ending up at the animal shelter.
Yeah.
So it's really heartbreaking, and no matter how low in funding we are, I get on the computer and we start networking these dogs.
Now let's hear about the kind, blind veteran, Mr. Magoo. For many, many years, this gentle soul was used as bait in dogfights because he wouldn't fight back. But now, as a golden ager, he has been blessed with the tender, loving veggie care he so much deserves in the Senior Citizen Department of St. Martin's Animal Foundation.
Some of the dogs that we rescue really touch our hearts, and one of the dogs is Mr. Magoo. He's an old grandpa pit bull who is probably one of the sweetest, kindest blind pit bulls you've ever seen. And he was used as a bait dog. So what they did is, because he didn't want to fight, but he was a pit bull, they threw him in a ring to teach others how to fight. And he's got about 1,000 scars from his head to his toe. And he actually, I think, lost his sight due to all the abuse. But he is the most loving, funny, vegetarian, carrot-eating dog you've ever met. And that's one of the reasons I'm so happy we started this organization, because we give these animals a chance, like Mr. Magoo, and a lot of animals that are challenged. We have tripods, we have blind dogs, we have senior dogs and cats, and we just want to give them the best life possible. So once we get this sanctuary that we know we're going to get soon, we're going to make it exactly the haven that they deserve.
Lovely viewers, we're sure you have heard the adage, cleanliness is next to godliness. Well, caring for over 100 animals involves a fair bit of scrubbing, much more than Cinderella ever had to do, we would imagine. Think about washing every canine and kitty, as well as their rooms and dishes. Well, this special sanctuary keeps its grounds sacred and sanitary by treating them with eco-friendly products.
Not only because it's easier on our hands and, for what we're breathing, but the animals sometimes lick stuff off the floor. And especially the puppies, we don't want them walking on chemicals, and licking their paws. And it's not good for the environment. And we have to use so many cleaning products because of the amount of animals that are making a mess, that it can take its toll on the environment. It can take its toll on us, breathing it, and for the animals. So we never have to worry about if something spills over that it could be toxic, because we know it's not. It takes a lot of cleaning. I mean, you don't realize that about 70% is cleaning. You're cleaning the cats, you're cleaning the hair, you're moving stuff, picking up donations, picking up blankets, picking up food.
And Sweetie Pie Charlie is having a scrub-a-dub-dub right now. This poor chap, through no fault of his own, is not quite comfortable in his own skin. Born with a cutaneous condition, he spent his puppy years without cuddles and kisses. But wisely knowing that beauty is beyond skin deep, Sky rescued this tender soul from being put to sleep and showers him with rubs and hugs galore.
This one has a skin condition, and you can see he's completely peeling, but it's gotten much better. He was completely pink when we first got him. He's got demodextra, which is a mite, and it's actually not really contagious, but it's just really hard to cure. So he's going through medication right now. And there's a lot of dogs that end up at the shelters with demodextra, and they get euthanized because nobody wants to touch them. Poor guy. Wow.
But anyway, and Charlie actually has.
Look at.
Oh God. Look at you. She's laying in the. So funny. Yeah. It's nice.
Somebody needs a bath again.
Does he like a bath?
He loves a massage because he doesn't get, people don't really pet him as much as they should because they don't like his skin. When I give him a shampoo, and I really get in there, special shampoos, $60 shampoos. Yeah. Oh yeah, he just wants to be touched, Just think most of his life as a puppy, he never got any love.
Oh yeah, does that feel good? It's sheer heaven at Sky's Spa. For its enduring dedication to the welfare of voiceless and vulnerable dogs and cats, Supreme Master Ching Hai is honoring St. Martin's Animal Foundation with the Shining World Compassion Award, along with $10,000 to further noble work with all her love and gratitude. Please watch next week for part 3 of St. Martin's Animal Foundation, where we will be hanging out with trendy green teens, see a seal superhero strut the streets of San Francisco, and rock to the awesome eco lyrics of Vegan Vixens, all in the name of being veg, going green to save the planet. Hello, beautiful viewers, and welcome to Vegetarianism, the Noble Way of Living, for part 3 of our visit to St. Martin's Animal Foundation in Los Angeles County, USA. You know how some people say it's a dog's life? Well, darling friends, for these friendly canine companions, it really has been. From dogfighting to domestic abuse, their hurting histories changed for the better when they met the enchanting Sky Valencia, founder of this safe haven. Not only is it an eco-conscious home to the veggie hound and a refuge for unkindly treated cats too, it is much, much more. So what makes St. Martin's exceptional? Its noble mission to end the suffering of animals and promote a green lifestyle extends beyond its sanctuary walls and reaches out to the public at large through entertaining and educational programs, all cherry-topped with a sense of style and fun. One such program Sky came up with is the inspired idea for a team of trendy green teens to spread the word that veg is cool and meat is cruel.
I really believe that if we don't, and I think other people believe that if we don't change the youth now, that our earth will be more in trouble. So the whole idea for St. Martin's is really to get a team of kids that can educate other kids to do the right thing. I think that kids in their hearts want to do something good for the environment. You know, when they see abuse and pollution, they get hurt and they feel bad, and this is their planet too. So like little girls like Janelle and other teens that are older are really in this group that we've created called the St. Martin's Green Team. They're just really pushing to educate as many kids as possible through schools and videotapes and PSAs and, you know, speaking at big gatherings and stuff like that.
We have some super kids. They're vegetarian, vegan, and what they do is they just really inspire other kids in a fun and contagious way to be more compassionate to the planet, to learn how to treat animals kindly, to think about what they're putting in their bodies, you know, and they're so cute and they're trendy and cool that other kids want to do it. They see them and it's almost like, you know, when you see the Disney kids or whatever, they are cute and people follow them, kids follow them, but they don't have a message. And that's so important when you have that many fans to have a message. You can make a big change for the world with a message. And so these kids, their message is, you know, be compassionate, look at us, we're healthy, we're good looking, we have, you know, a lot of spunk, and we're vegan and we're vegetarian, you know, and that's the wave of the future, and also to be kind to your animals.
Her hobbies are barking at annoying squirrels and sunbathing.
They have a video called Respect Your Pet. It made such a difference because we got accepted by the Unified School District to show these videos. And what happened was they would put assemblies of like 600 kids together every time we go to different schools. And a lot of these kids are kids that their parents, you know, did not tell them that animal abuse is wrong. We're going to high crime neighborhoods where the abuse is really high and the amount of animals being euthanized is really high. So it's nice to be able to see these kids responding to being kind, you know, and really showing them that, no, you know, your little brother or your older brother who's fighting dogs, that's not cool. I know what they're saying, it's cool, but it's not, and it's illegal. And you're going to go to jail, and you're going to follow really bad footsteps to end up the inevitable, a long time in jail, you know. They're conditioned to the abuse. It doesn't faze them. So we try to make them more compassionate and really show them that it's, you know, not right, and to love animals, you gotta love animals. All you can do is keep trying to educate, and I really, really feel that with enough media attention and enough PR that these kids are gonna make a big difference, a big dent. They've already spoken to almost 500,000 people this year, students. They've been asked almost every month. The World Fest and EcoFest brought in like 40,000 families alone, and they spoke to that many people. So it's becoming a bigger thing. More people get to know them. They're booking them to speak at different events. And the next step, I'm hoping, is some kind of a show that they can have that's just a simple show that teaches kids how to be cool and green and healthy and, you know, and caring for the animals.
This is Champ. Champ is a 3-month-old Akita mixed puppy. He is beautiful, playful,
My name is
and
Stephanie
will be very big.
Fontavosi.
He likes to wrestle.
My name is Regina Saldivar. I met Sky when I was protesting, and Sky was like, hey, come join us for an eco-fashion show, which was a blast. Yeah. And for a great cause. So. And from there, Sky was like, I really want to start an organization, St. Martin's Green Team, to just like young people that are passionate about being green and that believe in animal rights and that are vegetarian or vegan or just want to be healthy. And she pitched it to us, and we were honored to be part of such a great organization.
It's just so amazing that a young group of kids can be doing all these outreaches, a really young, positive group, just talking about how important it is for you to change your lifestyle, for you to become aware of what they're doing to animals these days and what you can do about it.
Yeah, it's the only way. It's like, yeah, spread the love. Yeah. I feel absolutely just honored to be part of change. Like a positive change. And there's just so much negativity around us. It's about like volunteering and helping dogs get adopted and helping raise awareness on being green and being vegan. It's just like, it gives me tingles inside.
A lot of people are trying to find happiness for them, and every single day it's about them and what they're looking, and I think true happiness comes from doing things for others and doing things for the planet. And so I feel fulfilled and I feel happy that here I am, you know, I could be at the beach, I could be doing other stuff, but I'm not, and I'm getting these dogs adopted, I'm getting them homes, and I'm touching that little kid who's looking at us and learning, you know, about puppy mills and pet shops and things like that. So I just feel amazing after I do it. And we always have such a good time. So it's nothing like, oh, we have to go to green tea. You know, it's just, it's really fun.
We enjoy coming here, like hanging out with the green tea members. We eat amazing vegan food every time. And it's just fun. Being a part of the organization makes me feel fulfilled. I feel like, along with being vegan, I just feel like a more compassionate, loving person towards society. And I'm in a really happy place, and this makes me happy, so why stop?
To be doing these outreaches, when I go home afterwards, I just feel completely fulfilled. I feel good about what we do, and I feel good when an animal gets adopted. It's the best feeling for me.